As you can see, it was time for an upgrade. I needed a car like this for my adventure.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Fucking Swede.
Welcome to yet another video. And as you can see, I'm playing around with a Raptor. I am stunned about this car. It's really cool. But this video is going to be about why I actually use Nikon as a content creator. Isn't it even worth it? Can I even make it? Is Nikon any good? Let's talk about that in this video. But first, I'm in Leuven and I have met up with my friend Andy at last.
Yo!
Yo!
Second time is the charm, eh?
Second time is the charm. We missed each other the last time I was here because I said I was in the wrong place. I'm not that good in Norwegian language yet, but...
And you made me drive 4 extra hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
My fault.
It's okay.
But he was driving this car, so I think he's quite satisfied anyway.
Yes, I'm gonna send you the bill.
Yeah. Okay, that's not fun actually. Okay, because I think this one is quite thirsty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it can be.
It can be, but it's totally worth it, right?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. So I need to upgrade to this one someday.
So you better subscribe so you can afford it.
Thank you. Yeah. But as you can see, I'm in, you can't see it because it's like this right now, but I'm in Leuven, Leuvatnet, and we are going to do some content creation and just thrive in this wonderful environment that Norway always deliver. Let's go and explore and talk a bit more about why I'm choosing Nikon as a content creator.
I think we should get sponsored by Ford. I'm just saying.
I agree. We should be sponsored by Ford for a trip to Iceland.
At the very least, or they can give you a car. You know, you just.
Yeah, that's true. They can give me a car, and we can go to Iceland and do content together.
Right.
Yeah. Now I am at this glacier. I can't tell you how much I just love Norway and how stunningly beautiful it is. Andy had to get back to his car and fetch his mobile that he forgot, so he will soon turn up. We are hiking into this and looking at this beautiful location. But let's talk a little bit about the reason why I'm using Nikon and why I am choosing Nikon, even if I want to be a content creator. And the first thing is a feeling I get. And the feeling I'm getting is being the person I want to be. I'm feeling like I'm become adventurous just by picking up this camera, and I'm feeling the creativity inside me just bursting out, and I want to create. And that's one of the things why I'm choosing Nikon and staying with Nikon, because I just love the feeling I get, because it's more than a brand for me. I will tell you more, but I have to put this camera down because it's weighing on my arm. But before that, let's hike in a bit further. Oh, now we're back from the glacier. Beautiful place, but I'm a bit off in the season because the glacier is almost melted, so it's not much of the glacier left, but it's still very beautiful and fun to seeing this. But back to what I was talking about, the feeling I get when I'm using Nikon. It's for me more than just the brand. It's that I get that feeling of being the person I want to be. I become part of that timeless craftsmanship. I become a part of that family of Nikon somehow. But mostly important is that I get it mostly important is that I get that creativity feeling. I become the person that are artistic and great in storytelling and creating adventurous feeling in my content creation. And so far I only have gotten that while I'm using Nikon, because it's somehow a professional camera, but it's not a content creation camera yet. It's more of a professional camera brand somehow, but and that's what unleashed my creativity, and that's why I'm choosing Nikon, because I like Nikon and I like that feeling, and that will make me a better content creator. So I'm going to stick with Nikon because of that. And of course the controls and the shutter speed and the sound of it and the whole package that Nikon brings to me when I see Nikon. That's the most important part, the feeling and the emotion that it gets. But there are some other things that also are good with Nikon and why I'm choosing Nikon. I will talk about that later. Now we have to go and see if we can fetch something to barbecue. Have you been sitting there the whole time?
No.
Has he?
Maybe. No.
Okay. Let's find something to cook up on the grill, right?
Finally.
Yes! We have arrived to a small town called Styrn, I think, and we're gonna eat some pizza before we go out in the wilderness and make up our camp. So let's jump into the pizzeria and eat some good food.
And I'll take care of you along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind. And you'll take care of me along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get the chance to say anything and vlog last night, so now it's the day after and we had a very tasty pizza, and then we made up the fires as you saw in the B-rolls, and now we are at a place called Helge, somewhere in Norway near Strynfjellet. But I wanted to mention a bit more about why I'm choosing Nikon, even though I'm a content creator and it's probably not the best camera to pick if I want to film and create photos. It's more for the photos, but I think and I feel that Canon. I was about to say Canon. I meant Nikon. Nikon. The main camera I'm talking about is Nikon. And but let's get back to why I'm using Nikon. It's not all about the emotional part of it, as I mentioned before, that it's a brand. It's more than a brand for me. That's also because I think Nikon has some really good technical parts. It has very good image quality. I haven't compared it to much other camera brands, but I'm still so satisfied with the image quality from almost, well, every camera I have owned from Nikon, so I don't feel like I need to look at other brands because I want to up-level the image quality, because I have it good enough with Nikon. And also now the recent camera, particularly the Nikon Z6 version 2 I own, I have noticed it's great in low light performance. It's starting to become really easy to use in low light performance. It's easy to focus and you get very good image quality when you are doing wedding and stuff like that, and the noise is not much. There are no reason to not use Nikon when it comes to low light performance, like these photos I took last night. It was very easy to focus and very easy to set up and just shoot those photos. It's very robust build. Most of the cameras I have used, the Nikon Z50, have had a bit issue with the flip screen, but otherwise than that, I can't seem to have any problems with the build quality and the robust feelings, and it's working in all the environment I am at the moment, and I can't imagine why it wouldn't be perfect to use in a harsh environment like Svalbard or other places. And finally, Nikon is in the race when it comes to autofocus in video, because I have never had problems before with the autofocus when it comes to photos. My Nikon Z750 have been perfect, is no issues, is fast, and also I have used the Nikon Z850 and borrowed from friends, and it's been great when it comes to autofocus in photos, but not in film. But they are finally doing it, and so far I think they're doing a great job. They are having very fast autofocus when it comes to video, and that brings me to the next part. They are finally in the race when it comes to 4K 120 FPS, and they are delivering good quality. They are making good cameras that are making good videos with autofocus. So I'm planning to stay with Nikon for a really long time because I really like Nikon and I believe in Nikon. I have a vision for Nikon. I will talk more about that vision later, but maybe we should go and see if we can find some mountains. I have stopped at this beautiful scenery in Strynfjellet, and drying the tent because you have to dry it, otherwise you can get mold on it. And I want to talk more about Nikon, but I have come to a realization, and that is I'm in a bit of a rush to get to the hotel before it gets way too dark, and I'm driving home tomorrow, so I had a limited time in Norway, which is sad because I want to go here much more and explore for a few weeks actually. But I would hopefully someday have a whole week in Norway, hopefully with Andy, but from this time I have to go home, and that's why I'm going to switch from this place to the office and end it there. So let's go to the office. Hello and welcome to the office. I'm sadly home again in Sweden. I wish I were still in Norway and going around on those beautiful roads and those sceneries, because Norway is in my heart. Anyway, I want to end this video and talk the last thing about what I mentioned before, and that is my vision for Nikon. And it's more of a vision for me maybe, but still for Nikon, because I would just dream, it would be a dream for me to be an ambassador for Nikon and elevate and lift the brand Nikon, particularly in the content creator world, because as we all know, it's a big joke when it comes to content creation. It's Sony, it's Lumix, it's Canon, it's every other camera brand like Fuji and all those cameras, and Nikon is just a big joke. And I can see why, but now Nikon finally catching up. I mean, I have actually purchased the new Nikon Z6 version 3, and if I compare it to Sony's or Canon's similar level of prices, you get the same thing now. I mean, Nikon is stunningly good. You have that 120 FPS 4K in the camera. Of course, it's cropped 1.5, but it's still in many sensor. Don't have the capacity yet, so you still get exactly the same to make this beautiful, incredible content. You can now finally use Nikon in the content creation world. So my vision is to become an ambassador and hopefully lift the brand Nikon. And also, one thing that is particularly good with it, that I'm becoming a bit unique just for using Nikon, just because I want to use Nikon. Everyone else is talking about Sony, Fuji and everything. There are not many content creators out there using Nikon. So I'm also becoming a bit unique. And that's something I also enjoy, to be a bit unique and not like everyone else. So that is my main reason why I'm still using Nikon, and will probably continue doing it for a very, very long time. And if you see this Nikon, please contact me and hopefully you will make me an ambassador. And I hopefully will show the world why we should use Nikon when we do content and vlogging and all those stuffs that comes down to YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And I also want to say thank you to Andy for supporting me and also a bit annoying me. Being that person I want to be. That is
What kind of person you want to be?
From friends, the focus is fast and easy, no problem when it comes.
How easy is it?
Photo. As you see, it was a bit hard to make video, but it was really fun, and I hope I will see you soon again, Andy. I will link his YouTube below, so you can go and follow him and check him out. He's a really good photographer and really, really good videographer. But that's it from this video, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep on shooting and capture those amazing moments. See ya!